combating nutrition disinformation and general bull. It's Jimmy Rants. JimmyRants.com.
What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another Instagram Live. And we're here with another episode of Jimmy Rants. And if you're brand new to the Jimmy Rants concept, let me explain it to you. We start over at Instagram Live. So if you need to follow me there at Livin' Low Carb Man, LIVINLOWCARBMAN. And that's how you can engage with me live. I tend to go on in the morning time, somewhere around 9 to 11 a.m. and in the afternoon, somewhere around 3 to 5 p.m., both of those Eastern Standard Time. And so then it's up for 24 hours on replay at Instagram, so definitely watch the replay. Then we head over to YouTube to put the video so that you can see the content there forever and ever, amen. And then we also do a Best of the Best Jimmy Rants podcast that you can listen to on wherever you listen to podcasts. We have Jimmy Rants. Just look it up by name, Jimmy Rants, or you can type in my name, Jimmy Moore, and you will find my show. It's all housed, all of that information at JimmyRants.com. Today's Jimmy Rants is all about the time of year that I'm recording this, because as of this morning here in South Carolina, in early December, it was 23 degrees outside. 23 degrees. That'd be cold. And so a lot of times we get to this part of the year and in a couple weeks we hit the shortest day of the year. And people tend to say, why do I feel so many more cravings for carbs this time of year? Why am I hungry? Why do I feel the draw to eat more stuff that's not necessarily good for me on my ketogenic diet? And it's a great question, and it's got a lot of layers to it. So one of the things that comes this time of year is we have the holiday season. So the holidays are around, and there's lots of candy and cookies and cakes and pies and all kinds of stuff at offices and office parties. You're just inundated with the food. So perhaps the exposure to all of those things will increase your risk of cravings, and you have the smells. Those things don't bother me anymore now, but I've done this a very long time. If someone's only just begun keto in 2018 or recently, and they're not fully keto, into it and know how to avoid those traps, then it could be a temptation. So that's definitely one element as to why when it gets colder, people have cravings for carb-based comfort foods. Another thing that tends to happen is, and we neglect this because it's not like a part of our diet, but the circadian rhythm shifts big time. And I've noticed this, you guys. Usually during the summertime, you've got very long days. It's warm outside, but beyond the warmth, the long days, you get the sun coming up 5:30, 6 o'clock, and it doesn't go down till about 8 o'clock. So you get this long day where you have lots of sunshine. Well, what happens this time of year when it's almost winter solstice time? Well, the days are shorter, and the sun doesn't come up till, say, 7:30, and then it sets around 5 o'clock. And so I've noticed for myself, not the cravings part, but I've noticed that I feel I get more sleepy earlier in the evening, which is totally natural, you guys. People freak out about that. They're like, why am I so tired? And some people manifest not in tiredness, but in hunger for things that they don't need. So you've got to be very aware that that's a real and present danger this time of year, and why you may be craving carbohydrates during the cold weather season. It's not the cold weather per se, but it's just the shorter amount of daylight. Okay? So then, what about the cold weather? Does the cold weather have a direct impact? Well, if your heat's not working well and you're sitting in your house shivering, and some people do, you've got to know that shivering is as if you're working out. And so if you're shivering, you're actually burning calories to which your body's going to scream at you to feed you that. And of course, if you're without heat or whatever, or it's chilly, you start shivering and you get those cravings, your body's going to scream at you to have carbs, okay? So we've got a lot of multiplicity of layers that go on that might explain why cold weather, and definitely the time of year when cold weather happens, will drive cravings for these carb-based comfort foods. And again, once you become keto adapted and you've done this for a little while, those things don't really bother you as much anymore. So what do you do if and when this hits you? I think you turn to the keto comfort foods. I think you make foods, soups, especially soups and stews. I know my friend Carolyn Ketchum wrote a whole book of soups and stews and all of that. So go look up her book. And just make foods that make you feel good, that fit your keto template. I've been cooking a lot lately out of Tasha Newton's book, Southern Keto. And in fact, just last night, I made her biscuits recipe. So they're like Cheddar Bay biscuits from Red Lobster. And I made them, and now I've got some available. Christine loves those. I have the Keto Connect guys, Matt and Mega. They have a wonderful chocolate chip cookie recipe. So you have those things on hand, along with maybe some ready-to-eat, ready-made things like the F-bombs and the Fat Snacks cookies. Those are really good. Really anything that would let you stoke that craving to satisfy it. You don't want to let it linger, because the longer you let cravings and hunger because it's cold linger, the more susceptible you become to giving into it. So that's what I wanted to talk about in today's Jimmy Rants. Let's see what you guys have to say about this cold weather driving cravings. Do you notice that happens for you? Hello, Katarina, 23 in Virginia Beach, too. Yes, it is so cold. I'm hoping my strawberries that you gave us, Kat, survive in the greenhouse. I'm a little worried because this is cold. Hello, Joette from Arkansas. Thanks for being here. Hello, Patty from Spartanburg. You know how cold it is. Cold, dark nights can trap you at home versus summer, when you can be as much time outdoors as you want, can be boredom, too. Yeah, thank you, Kat, for reminding me that bored, maybe you're just sitting around because you can't be doing activities outside because it's too cold, because it's dark, and that kind of thing. But you're right, boredom can set in that would force people to emotionally eat. And let's not discount that either. This is the time of year where people say, oh, it's the happiest time of year. Not for everybody. There's a lot of people that the Christmas holiday season is not happy because they've lost loved ones in their life recently, or they still just haven't gotten over the loss of people from their past that have died, and perhaps they died around Christmas time, so it's not good memories around this time of year. So that could be something that would be driving cravings because of emotional eating. So yeah, there's a lot of things that go into this equation. Keto and Pearls NC, I got the Southern Keto book just for this reason. Good for you. And yeah, Tasha did an amazing job. If you guys like comfort foods that are of the Southern United States bent, you're going to love Southern Keto. I just talked to her on a podcast day before yesterday, and it will air early in 2019 on the Live and La Vida Low Carb Show, and we had a great time. And Tasha and I, along with Christine, are doing a book signing together in mid-January. I posted all about it on my social media, so go look that up. That's in Charlotte, North Carolina. Hot bone broth will help. Yes, Kat, that's a great idea. And really any kind of soupy kind of food will help. But yeah, just plain bone broth. I've got some chicken bone broth in my refrigerator right now, and certainly easy. It's like the new hot chocolate for ketonians. There's some people that still like hot chocolate, and there are some companies out there that make a relatively decent hot cocoa. You just have to kind of look around. I melt keto bricks down into bite sizes to snack on. It's a big help, Joette says. So, yeah, I know Robert and Crystal, love hearing you say that. So a keto brick is like this high-fat, it's literally a brick. And so you cut them up into little squares. And good, that's awesome. That helps keep the cravings away. Strawberries will survive in Siberia, so yours will be fine. We'll see. Cold mornings are the only time I miss oatmeal, Nancy Virginia Beach says. Yeah, and see, that's the thing. I think a lot of it is association with what we recall from our childhood or from our crappy garbage days. It's association with cold weather means, and for you, it's oatmeal. And a lot of people have those associations, and I don't think we should discount them. I think what you need to do is replace that association with another association that's more keto friendly so that you stick with your lifestyle. I don't have those cravings for any of that kind of stuff anymore. I haven't for years, but I could see how it would take a very long time for people, when the weather shifts, they're so used to shifting to other foods that give them comfort, and hopefully you can replace it with some keto version. All right, guys, that's it for this Jimmy Rants. JimmyRants.com is the website. And again, why does cold weather drive cravings for carb-based comfort foods? We listed a whole bunch of them. Definitely go back and rewatch this if you missed any of that. But it's a big deal, and it's a real deal, and I want people to know that it's completely normal. Don't freak out because you're getting that. It's completely normal to have those feelings. Is 16 ounces of ground beef too much? I find myself feeling my best eating that much and not hungry. Any thoughts? So that's not what we're talking about, Gerald. But in short, if you feel good doing that, go for it. Test your blood sugar. I'm a little concerned that much meat all at one time could be a stoker of blood sugar, but you won't know that unless you test your blood sugar. So we start off on Instagram Live, you guys, so go follow me there at Livin' Low Carb Man, LIVINLOWCARBMAN, and you can watch me live and interact like all these great people have here today. Then you can watch it on the replay for 24 hours. Then we put it all over on YouTube, so go look up Jimmy Rants on YouTube, and you'll find all my past videos, and we also have a Jimmy Rants podcast wherever you listen to podcasts. JimmyRants.com, and until next time, we'll see you then.